What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.
Barry, season 2 just ended, and I've been waiting for it to end so I can go through and just binge the series as I'm used to doing. But HBO, being HBO, one of the holdouts to traditional releases of TV shows, likes to stagger instead of binge. So I waited. I waited for Barry to finish and went through 8 episodes and was excited to see what happened to the hitman turned actor in season 2 of Barry. The first season ending with a bit of a cliffhanger where Barry gets figured out. It's played by Bill Hader. He's a hitman who basically wants to quit and gets into acting, taking acting lessons from Henry Winkler and doing little stage productions and things like that. Gets a romantic relationship with a fellow actor, Sarah Goldberg, and which the actress's name, not the character's name, but just a really good first season. It ends with Henry Winkler is starting to date a cop who's investigating some murders that have been going on, which are linked to Barry, or Barry committed because he is a hit man. So she's trying to track him down. Meanwhile, Henry Winkler, his acting teacher, is dating her. And in the end of season 1, Bill Hader has to put her down. And so season 2 is struggling with the aftermath of that. So Barry is still not found out. He's still doing the acting thing. But Henry Winkler is depressed, wants to find out what happened to his wife, or his girlfriend, I'm sorry, which is kind of an, like, even more of a tragic position to be in when you are in those first stages of love with a new relationship. Like, kind of the height of your romantic feelings in a lot of ways peak in those early stages, and to have that taken away because of death is pretty big flipping of the emotional game board, as it were. So, I mean, Henry Winkler's great in this. He plays a great acting coach. He plays, just great in the second season. So the second season, he's kind of doing his own thing, very depressed, trying to figure out what happened. Barry is trying to still become a better actor, but also trying to get out of this whole hitman stuff. There's different gangs that want him to... I mean, he's still being used by different people to help cover things up. The investigator that takes over for Henry Winkler's girlfriend that dies. The new investigator basically finds out, spoilers in season 2, finds out Barry is a hitman and wants him to murder a dude that started to go out with his wife, the cop's wife. So he's like a sad man whose wife left him and is dating this Taekwondo champion who has a daughter who's also a savage. And the cop doesn't like the competition and wants Bill Hader to take him out, which is great for the episode where all this takes place. I'm not sure which episode it is, like somewhere in the middle of the season. There's 8 episodes total, so maybe like episode 4 or 5 or something like that, where Bill Hader's going to kill, quote unquote, kill this Taekwondo, which he doesn't know he's a Taekwondo guy. He's just going to kill some regular guy. Shows up at the house, and the dude is just smoking I think the guy was very loosely based on like maybe a Joe Rogan type, because he's just like a super athletic dude that's smoking weed, smoking a joint. I believe he's smoking a joint. And instead of killing him, Bill Hader, in his attempt to be a better person, he doesn't like who he is. He doesn't like that he was a hitman, and that, he's basically fucked up from the army and fucked up from killing all these people, and trying to get past that and become a more compassionate person. He doesn't want to kill this guy. So he's like, listen, you need to get the fuck out of here. They sent me to kill you, and we're going to do that. So in the process of trying to get this guy to pack and get the fuck out of town, you see that he's got a trophy room full of Taekwondo, I think it's Taekwondo, trophies and medals, and which leads to, as the guy is trying to pack, he does a little sidekick to Bill Hader, and fight scene ensues, which is hilarious. And then he thinks he kills the guy, and as he's leaving, he sees that he has a daughter. Like, the daughter shows up, gets dropped off from karate practice or Taekwondo practice or whatever, and the daughter is the scariest part of this episode. Like, the thing that provides the most terror and potential danger is this kid who's amazing, and I mean, this show is funny as hell, right? It's a comedy, stays a little grounded, but it's not. It goes pretty wacky. This episode is specifically goes pretty wacky, where now Bill Hader's trying to not really fight a kid, but the kid is beating his ass up, and it's a fun action sequence, but the kid's like feral. It's like a feral kid who is, skilled. And so I don't know. It's a really fun episode. He's also, dealing with the fact that his old, I want to say, like, handler or guy that helps him out, or he works with or worked with in the past with the Hitman stuff, Stephen Root, is very influential part in that episode as well. It's both of them kind of going together to try and fix this situation so the cops aren't following him anymore. It's like, all I have to do is kill this guy for this cop who, doesn't want his ex-wife sleeping with this physical specimen. And so they're both invested in trying to make this shit work out. And it ends up being far more difficult than it should be. But just a great episode overall. Whole season was good. I mean, them trying to kind of him still trying to get out of the whole thing versus one of the gangsters, Anthony Kerrigan. He's dealing with some power shifts and some different gangs that get brought in to help with his gang to do different things. And it's just I don't know. If you watch the first season, first off, watch the first season. It's a great show. Great show overall. If you're looking for something, it's not going to take over Game of Thrones. Not that kind of show. It's definitely more lighthearted, but still, it's almost like if Dexter had more comedy to it. It's almost kind of like that, and better acting too. A lot better acting, but it's a lot of fun. The acting moments, like these actors doing bad acting, and then when they're able to like find the moment of like actually tapping into a character and doing good acting, it's fun to see, like, just that huge jump, how the different levels there are to quality of acting, which this show in a lot of ways is a love letter to acting, I would say. But just overall a fun show. Barry season 2, watch it. It's a fun show. Do it. That's it for this episode. New episodes daily. Subscribe on IGTV and everywhere else podcasts are found. Binge the full week in advance over at patreon.com/inspireddisorder. InspiredDisorder.com for all of my original artwork. At Ray Taylor for me on all social media. Have a great day, everybody. Peace out!